Okay, so this is a bit of an advanced Facebook strategy. I mean, it's just advanced because you kind of have to monitor it often and look at it closely, like every couple of hours. So if you're not super hands-on with the account, like maybe don't try this. But essentially, it's called the bid cap and inflated budget strategy. The goal is not to spend the entire budget. So hence, you put like a massive inflated budget, but your whole goal is not to spend the entire amount. So what do I mean by that? I guess Facebook's renamed the two bid strategies now to cost per result. It used to be cost cap. So, it's best for getting volume, and then bid cap best for controlling bids in the auction. So the entire way the strategy works is you have to choose bid cap, and then where it says bid control over here, you need to bid at least 3 or 4 times your average CPA that you're seeing in your Facebook account. So say, your CPA is like $50, then you should be bidding at least like 150, sometimes even more. When your budget, this is where the inflated budget comes in. It should be 5 or 6 times the entire account budget. So I know it sounds crazy and scary. So say, you're spending $1,000 a day across the account. The budget just for this ad set needs to be like 5,000. So like 5 times that. But again, like I said in the beginning, the goal is not to obviously spend the entire 5K, given that your daily budget is only 1,000. And that's why you use the bid cap, which will essentially control how much you're bidding in each auction and thereby control how much you're spending. So the tricky part of this is obviously controlling, like figuring out like that sweet spot of what the bid is. So you can start really high, kind of get it to kickstart spending and then pull it back down, or just start at like a reasonable amount, which is like 3 times your average CPA, and then kind of see like, is Facebook spending? Some days it may not spend, sometimes it might. So it's not best for volume, but you can get a ton of efficiency using this. I'll have some examples next. Yeah, when you look at the ad set level, you kind of see when you put like your daily budget, what the utilization should be. So you don't want it to be like this, like 100% utilized budget. So you want to kind of see this thing where it's results limited by budget, just to make sure you're not going to spend everything. And, usually it will only spend it if it's kind of hitting those goals, right? Of like that cost cap that you've set. So I put 2 examples. One is of a low spend account, and then the second one is a high spend. So if you look at this, right, like this, I don't have the dates, but it's basically over a 7-day window. It's only spent 900, even though the daily budget is 3,000. And I put the bid cap at 195. But you can see there's like a strong click-through rate, like not a ton of volume, but a good ROAS on prospecting. This is pure cold traffic, excluding buyers and website 180, as well as like all-time customers. So for small accounts, it can work too, where like you can at least get some efficiency out of it. It's going to be hard to scale this because, you'd have to have multiple campaigns this, or maybe keep playing around with the bid cap and the budget. But for small accounts, it's good at least to get like a bit more, squeeze a bit more efficiency out of it. But the secret sauce and the magic where it works is like in the big accounts. So look at this, like 4 different ad sets, each with like an $8,000 daily budget. Like obviously it's not spending the entire amount. Like this one kind of came close to it. So I had to keep pulling the bid cap back down. Started at like this 195 and then pulled it all the way down to 95. And then, yeah, I spent, about 60-70% of the entire budget, which is a bit high, but like this would be ideal. Like this one, the 85 bid cap, $8,000, spent 3,000. Amazing click-through rate, good volume, solid ROAS. So it can definitely work, which is amazing.